So hello and welcome to the last lecture in the symbol equations series. So in this lecture we will be dealing with level 3 problems, level 3 of your assignment, whose link is given here and also copied in the description of this video. Assignment, key, solutions, all these things you can find on these respective links, and for your ease of access they have been copied in the description of this video too. So let's get started now. Let's get started with the level 3 problems. I will be picking up 3 level 3 problems out of 7 which are there in your assignment and solving them. Rest I would leave you to solve and practice. Other than that, basically if you have any problems in any of the problems which I have not covered in the videos and all, you can always look up to the keys and solutions. Okay, so let's get started now. Okay, so we are picking up the second problem of level 3, which goes like this. So they say that a confused bank teller transposed the rupees and paise when he cashed a check for Shalja, giving her rupees instead of paise and paise instead of rupees. Okay, so this bank teller made a mistake. After buying toffee for 50 paise, Shalja noticed that she was left with exactly 3 times as much amount of the check. Which of the following is a valid statement about the check? So since Shalja's amount on check is given in terms of rupees and paise, let's say there are two unknowns. That is X rupees, Y paise. Now bank teller transposed them. That means he gave Y rupees and X paise. So initial amount on the check was in terms of paise, that was 100x because there are 100 paise in a rupee, plus Y, that is 100x plus Y. And what he actually gave to Shalja was 100y plus x. Now what happens that when Shalja buys a toffee of 50 paise, after buying toffee, that is, remaining amount with her is 100y plus x, that is the amount which was given to her by bank teller, minus 50. And what they say is that this is equal to thrice the amount on check, which was 100x plus y. So just look at this equation carefully. 100y plus x minus 50 equal to 3 into 100x plus y. Now what happens is, let's try to solve this equation itself. Although I can see that there are two unknowns, x and y, and only one equation, but let's try to get it in a simpler form. So this gives me 100y plus x minus 50 equal to 300x plus 3y, which in turn will give me 97y equal to 299x plus 50. So this is my equation. Now from the question I cannot find any other information about the amount which Shalja had. So I am left with only and only one equation. So I am rewriting it. 97y equal to 299x plus 50. So I'm left with only one equation, and based on this equation I have to find out my answer. Now among the answers there are 5 choices given. Let's try them one by one. Let's try the first choice. If I try the first choice, I get 97y equal to 299, sorry, into 13, because they say over rupees 13 and less than rupees 14. That means 13 rupees and some paise. So paise is not given, but rupees it's 13. So x is 13. So 299 into 13 plus 50. This is equal to 299 into 13 will be equal to 3887 plus 50, which will in turn be equal to 3937. Therefore, y equal to 3937 by 97. But then, since it's passive we are talking about, this can't be a fraction. Can't be a fraction. That means this 3937 has to be divisible by 97. On checking, we will see that 3937 is not divisible by 97. So like that, we will have to keep trying different options and see that which one gives me a y such that y is not a fraction. That is, whatever in the numerator is divisible by 97. If I keep trying all these options, I will get one of them as my answer. But then it will lead to lots of tedious calculations, as you saw that you had to multiply 299 into 13 here that is, and next case you will have to multiply 299 into 7, after that 299 into 22, then 299 into 18, then 299 into 4, and then again checking the divisibility by 97. It's a big pain. So now I'm giving you an alternate way to solve this. Just look at this. Our equation is 97y equal to 299x plus 50, which will give me y equal to 299x plus 50 divided by 97, which will in turn give me 291x plus 8x plus 50 by 97. Now there is a very specific reason why I broke 299 into 291 plus 8. The reason is that 291 is divisible by 97. So in return this will give me 3x plus 8x plus 50 by 97. This is my value of y. Now since y is a whole number, so 3x is a whole number. So this quantity 8x plus 50 by 97 has to be a whole number. Therefore 8x plus 50 should be divisible by 97. Now let's again revisit the options we had. Once again, remember the equation which we have is 8x plus 50 divided by 97. Now if I look at the options which I have, I see that again I will have to do calculations, but this time calculations will be lot simpler. In first case you will have to do 8 into 13 plus 50. 8 into 13 is 104 plus 50 gives you 154. 154 by 97, no. Then, so in case 1, that is x equal to 13, we get 164 by 97, no. Case 2, that is x equal to 7 gives me 56 plus 50 by 97, that is 106 by 97, no. Then x equal to 22 gives me 22 into 8, 22 into 8 is 176 plus 50 by 97 equal to 226 by 97. After that I will substitute 18. 8 into 18 plus 50 by 97 gives me 194 by 97, which is equal to 2. So yes, we have got something divisible by 97. And multiplying by 8 is definitely much easier than multiplying by 299, then getting a large value and checking the divisibility by 97. So that way we have solved this problem in an easy manner. We have simplified this. You will be covering more such problems in one of the other series covered by me in that series will be on special equations. So special equations are all about this kind of equations where based on some divisibility or some logic you have to determine the unknowns. Remember, this was an equation with two unknowns and single equation. So other such equations can also be solved, which will be covered by me in a special equation series. Okay, so now moving on to second problem in this series. That is once again a level 3 problem, problem number 3. So if you look at problem number 3, it goes like this. At a certain fast food restaurant, Brian can buy 3 burgers, 7 shakes and 1 order of fries for rupees 120 exactly. Fine. At the same place it would cost rupees 164.5 for 4 burgers, 10 shakes and 1 order of fries. How much would it cost for an ordinary meal of 1 burger, 1 shake and 1 order of fries? So again, prices of burger, shake and fries are unknown. So let's take price of burger equal to B, price of shake equal to S, and price of fries equal to F. Now they say that 3 burgers, that is 3B, plus 7 shakes, that is 7S, and an order and 1 order of fries, that is 1F. So I am just writing F, will make total of rupees 120. And again they say that 4B plus 10S plus F would make it 164.5. So we have 2 equations and 3 unknowns. And what we have to find? Price of 1 burger, 1 shake and 1 fries. That is B plus S plus F is something we have to find. Now if I look at the 2 equations and just see that just by simple subtraction can I get there, I would realize no, because if I subtract this equation 1 from this equation 2, I would get B plus 3S plus nothing. So simple subtraction will not answer my question B plus S plus F. So in that case I will have to see that what I can multiply this and this by, so that their difference comes out to be B plus S plus F. And if I observe carefully, on careful observation, I would find that if I multiply this by 3, equation 1 by 3, I get 3B plus 7S plus F equal to 120 into 3, which would give me 9B plus, this is 7, 9B plus 21S plus 3F equal to 360. And equation 2 by 2, will give me 4B plus 10S plus F into 2, which is 8B plus 20S plus 2F, and 164.5 into 2 will give me 329. So I am writing this equation below this, 8B plus 20S plus 2F equal to 329. So now if I do a subtraction, I would realize I get B plus S plus F, which is equal to 31. Now you might be wondering how I figured out whether to multiply one thing by 3 and another by 2. So I would just say that it is, means there is no fixed trick to figuring that out. You just have to see the equations and try to envision that what you should multiply. for example, I started with small calculations. Say I multiply this by 2, this by 1, then this by 2, this by 3, then this by 2, this by 3. So it was just a trial and error happening in my mind. You can also easily do it in your mind because the numbers are pretty small. 3, 7, 1, multiplying them by 1, 2 or 3 is not a big deal. Same goes for this, guys. Other things, this you don't need to care about multiplying. You need to care about multiplying them only once you have found the combination whose subtraction will give you the answer. So you can do this in mind and then basically try to figure out that what are the factors you are multiplying each one of them. So anyways, since we have arrived to our answer, we will mark answer as A rupees 31 and move to our next problem. So next problem is problem number 5 in level 3, and it goes something like this. In a mile race, Akshay can be given a start of 128 meter by Bhairav. If Bhairav can give Chinmay a start of 4 meter in a 100 meter dash, then who out of Akshay and Chinmay will win a race of 1.5 miles? And what will be the final lead given by winner to the loser? 1 mile is 1600 meters. Now, it looks somewhere something related to a race basically happening between three guys, Akshay, Bhairav and Chinmay, and some data is given. Let's try to analyze it. In a mile race, now mile they have clarified is 1600 meters. So in a 1600 meter race, Akshay can be given a start of 128 meters by Bhairav. So can be given a start means that, say this is Bhairav and this distance is 1600 meters. So Akshay can be allowed to start 128 meters ahead of Bhairav. That means that by the time Akshay will cover this distance, Bhairav will be able to cover this distance. That means in time which Akshay covers 1600 minus 128 equal to 1472 meters, Bhairav covers 1600 meters. Let's say this time is t. So this is in time t. Now since speed is equal to distance upon time, I can calculate speed of Akshay is equal to 1472 by t. Sorry. And speed of Bhairav is equal to 1600 by t. Therefore, speed of Akshay upon speed of Bhairav is equal to 1472 by 1600, which will be 736 by 800, and further cutting them down 368 by 400, 92 by 100, and finally we will arrive at 23 by 24. So instead of using this long notation, I will just use this SA by SB. SA notifies speed of Akshay, SB notifies speed of Bhairav, and the ratio is 23 by 24. Now, second part of the problem says that Bhairav can give Chinmay a start of 4 meter in a 100 meter dash. Bhairav can give Chinmay a start of 4 meter in a 100 meter dash. That is, again, if we have, say this is 100 meter distance, if we have Bhairav starting from here, we have Chinmay starting from 4 meters ahead. So in the time in which Chinmay covers 96 meters, that is 100 minus 4, Bhairav will be able to cover 100 meters. Now, by applying the similar logic, I would get speed of Bhairav upon speed of Chinmay as 100 by 96. By similar logic as Akshay and Bhairav, which will give me 25 upon 24. So I have two equations. Equation 1 is SA upon SB is 23 by 24, that is speed of Akshay upon speed of Bhairav is 23 by 24. And second is speed of Bhairav by speed of Chinmay is equal to 25 by 24. Now what they have asked, then who out of Akshay and Chinmay will win a race of 1.5 miles? So they are talking about speed of Akshay and Chinmay. To get their ratio, I can multiply 1 and 2. As a result, I will get SA upon SB into SB by SC is equal to 23 by 24. So into 24 by 25, which goes like this. No, sorry, 25 by 24. But hey, hang on, there seems to be a mistake here, because this 25 must have cancelled. I have solved this problem before. Yeah, it's here. 92 by 100 is not 23 by 24 but 23 by 25. So SA by SB is not 23 by 24 but 23 by 25. Let me rewrite it. 23 by 25. Therefore, this should be 23 by 25 into 25 by 24, which will give me 23 by 24. Yeah, SB cancels out, so I get SA by SC is equal to 23 by 24. That is speed of Akshay to speed of Chinmay. Now from this ratio we can clearly see that Chinmay is the person who will win the race. Let's see what the option says. So there are a couple of options which are telling me Chinmay will win the race. That is option B and option D. But the distances by which Chinmay will win the race is not clear. So that we will have to calculate then. So let's come back again to the equation. I have got SA by SC as 23 by 24. Let me assume SA equal to 23x and SC equal to 24x. Just to remind you, this is speed of Akshay, this is speed of Chinmay. And the distance which we are talking about here is, let's check back, race of 1.5 miles. That is 1.5 into 1600 meters, which gives you 2400 meters. So this is the distance we are talking about. So let's see. So since Chinmay will win the race, so he will cover 2400 meters. So therefore time taken for Chinmay is equal to 2400, that is distance, upon speed, that is 2400 by 24x. Let me rewrite it. 24x, which will give me 100 by x. In same time, Akshay will cover a distance of 100 by x, that is time, into speed of Akshay, that is 23x, which will be 2300 meters. So that means during the time Akshay covers 2300 meters, Chinmay covers 2400 meters and wins the race. This difference, if I see, is equal to 100 meters. Now in our options, this difference was given in terms of miles. So 1 mile is equal to 1600 meters. Therefore 1 by 16 mile will be 100 meters. So this will be 1 by 16 miles. The distance will be 1 by 16 mile. So hence we have it. Chinmay is the winner by 1 by 16 miles. So this concludes my simple equation series. Do join me for more lectures on CAT. Happy practicing. Again, I am reminding you to do solve all the questions in this assignment and look up for the solutions, just in case you are not able to figure them out. Also, you can mail your queries to this email ID, educatoravyak@gmail.com. So happy learning. Hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye till then.